Jean-Christophe Bonis. We are in Moscow right now in Geek Picnic Festival, and we will have an amazing talk with a guy you definitely need to follow on internet, to follow on any kind of press and any kind of media. Can I ask you kindly, that's this guy, can I ask you kindly to present you? Who are you? You are a rock star here. No. Please, why?
I'm Nigel. I'm an ordinary guy. I just have an extraordinary arm.
Yeah, but that's not for me. That's what is important is what is in your heart.
I'm just Nigel. I'm just me. What you see is what you get.
Where are you from?
I'm from England.
England?
Yeah, a small town just outside of Cambridge. Very small town.
What happened in your life? I suppose.
This was an accident.
Accident of life.
Yeah, billions of people go to work every day. Millions of people get hurt.
Unfortunately.
And I was one of them.
And after that, what do you think? For the good or for the bad? How long time ago?
Okay, this was 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I became an amputee.
So now you have
10 years ago.
enough time to answer this question.
Yeah, but you see, I call it a new and different life. The life I lead now. I was a factory worker, you know. I used to go on shift, come off shift, drive home, pay the mortgage, pay the bills, walk the, all the things that just everyone else does.
Of course, of course.
This is a new and different life. And it started when Dmitry Itskov saw my new arm. He wanted the world to see the technology. So he asked me to do a talk, and I thought I was going to go and blah, 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 and then off and bring the clever people back, and that was it. I thought that was finished. But at that talk, there was another guy, another Russian, and he thought, this guy's got a story that needs to be told. So he invited me to speak in Russia. And that was Nikolai.
The beginning of the new life.
The founder of Geek Picnic. And that was my new and different life. My new and different life started on June the 16th.
So you are new in this life?
Yeah.
How do you live it?
June the 16th, 2013, 4 years ago.
And are you talking only in Russia or worldwide? I suppose you are talking worldwide?
I'll be honest, I sit at home, and if someone calls me on Facebook or Twitter, or they get my email address and say, will you come and talk? If I think I have something that maybe I can offer, yeah. I'm not a performing monkey. There are certain things I don't talk about because it's not my thing. I want ordinary people to see the technology.
You know, Miguel, I don't want to talk about your arm because for me you are totally normal, and in my world that's totally normal. I want to talk, and that's why we wanted together to have this talk. I want to talk about the line.
The line.
Do you remember our press conference?
The line, yeah.
And I really think that both are thinking the same way, and I would like to have some exchange, some chat with you about this line. We were explaining, just to explain them, we were explaining that for both of us, we have a social responsibility because we have a knowledge about what is happening, we have a kind of understanding, and we need to be able to put the line and to explain to people that's not because we can do we should.
Exactly.
And that's something very important to me because my work is to explain people what are the consequences of technology on society and to draw the next 20 years and that social impact.
Yeah.
And not only in terms of transhumanism, because that could be for the good and for the bad, but I was talking yesterday with an attorney about the cybercrime and all around that. We were talking about robotics and many fields are very important, and all these things are linked by the line.
Yeah.
What is your opinion for that?
We see, I'm probably 20 years older than you.
I don't know. You know, that's not because I don't have white one.
No, I'm nearly 60, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's get a grip.
That's all right.
Okay.
Right.
And when I was young, if you had a problem with someone, You physically,
Yeah, that's right.
you drew a line.
That's right.
You said to the person, cross that line, face the consequences.
That's right.
Now, this line is gone. When you go onto a website, it says, by looking at now I want to look for a pair of shoes. I'm going to look for some shoes. And I look on a website, and it says, by using our website, you are agreeing to our terms and conditions. No, I'm not. I want to look for some shoes. Now, if you walk into a shoe shop and you say, I'm looking for some shoes, and I say, fine, can I have your name and address? Can I have your age, your telephone number, your email address? I'm going to sell this information to someone else, someone that you don't know, and they can do with it what you want. You're going to say, are you serious? You're going to turn and you're going to walk out. So why is it that internet companies nowadays think that that's acceptable? It's not. It's insidious. And, you know, the standard excuse and the standard response even from the Kaspersky people is, oh, people are prepared nowadays to give away a little bit of their freedom. No, they're not. They just don't have the choice.
That's right.
You took the choice away. And because you took the choice away and it's not illegal, you'll do it. It doesn't matter whether it's immoral. Immorality, illegality, doesn't matter.
But that's the present for the moment, because we are speaking about data, how to use the data, but in link with what is developed in AI, in kind of mix human and machine. We are mixing human and machine since human are human, because we are trying to be better in the competition, worldwide competition.
But everyone's trying to make a buck from everyone else.
I agree, but everyone is trying to cheat the system to be better by using, let's say, backdoors. I was explaining just before, because I had an interview just before your arrival, I was explaining that there are 3 ways, actually, to try to be better and to cheat on AI, using transhumanism way, you know what he's doing Elon Musk with Neuralinks, putting nanotechnology inside the brain to augment the abilities of brains. Some people are trusting it, some not.
That's the word, trust.
Yes, but still, that's something that will happen, because everybody was smiling when 10 years ago we was telling, I will send people in space, and now it's 20% of the market, and in 22 he will send people clearly on Mars. So when this guy is telling that perhaps it's possible and I will deliver it by 5 or 10 years, okay, it's on the table and let's see. But that's one point. The second one, that's more the Chinese one, meaning let's try to work with cells, DNA, and to make people better by genetical way. And there is a third one, trying to be better just by ourselves, you know, mixing the technology for the good and not for the bad. That's definitely the worst way ever, because people are I think people are bored. You know, they are taking the easiest way. They will not take, most of the time they are taking the easiest way. But still, that's the option on the table. Are you optimist for what is happening?
No.
No?
Don't get me wrong. You know, I believe quite strongly that yes, technology could change the world and make the world a better place for everyone. I believe the possibility is there. Will it happen?
Is the technology making your life better or not?
I'm here.
Yeah, but
I smile every day.
Okay, but that's not answering my question.
I think
your day by day life.
I think if you came to me,
one, you know?
If you came to me and said, right, behind there, I've got a time machine. Elon Musk sent it to me. Now I can take you back to the day before your accident. And I can give you a piece of paper so that you can have a day's holiday. You will never have that accident. I'd turn you down. You know, I think for me to lose my arm, I lost a lot more, but I gained something really important. I got my humanity back. You know, I think this is my view. Everyone has a Pandora's box.
That's right.
This is where we keep all the bad stuff, the stuff that we don't want to share this. This is all the things that we've done that we regret, all the things that have happened to us that we're ashamed of, all the bad things. We keep in our Pandora's box. open it at your peril. Down here, I have my empathy room.
That's right.
And I think everyone has an empathy room. But the lifestyle we live now, you have the 12-hour shift, the 2-hour commute. You need to find the clothes, you need to wash the laundry, you need to get the meal ready, you need to look after the kids, walk the dog. You're in a wheelchair, mate. Get out of my way. That's the way life is.
That's right.
And I was exactly the same. But then when I got, and I call it, when you get knocked on your arse, big time, that door opens just a little bit. And the next time you see that guy in the wheelchair, it's not, get out of my way, it's, what happens when you have an itchy ear? How do you scratch when you're paralyzed? It's a different mindset. And the more your mindset changes, the further open that door becomes.
I'm impressed by Stephen Hopkins.
Yeah?
I'm really impressed. Because, you know, one of my big fear is to be blocked in my body. And the second one is to finish like a vegetable, unable to use my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm really thinking that we are not asking ourselves as humanity the good questions. We are trying to give more years for people, not focusing on the quality of these years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
My father died last year, but he died in good health, kind of. Meaning it's just the last year, but he was not a vegetable. No, you see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
and
I totally
in
understand.
that way, he had a good life. And that's something we are not enough focusing for the moment.
We're not. It's more a case of, I want to live to be 1,000 years old. Well, why? Why?
Because time is luxury.
Yeah, but
because time is luxury.
Okay. So, do you honestly think that if I lived for 1,000 years, that I would be concerned about curing cancer tomorrow?
Of course not.
No, I'd go fishing.
Of course not. You're right.
I'd go fishing.
Or not.
No, you know.
You're right.
So,
right.
if you cannot achieve in your lifetime what you believe you should achieve, you've been lazy.
But we were sapiens, and since let's say few tenths of years or 1 century, we are beginning to be gods.
We think we are. Yeah,
no, but
yeah,
still,
yeah.
we are doing what gods are doing.
Yeah,
creating life, manipulating life, and so on. But having power means being also able to assume the responsibilities of this power.
And we don't.
And we don't.
No,
definitely don't.
we don't. It's deal with it. You know, I've got the power. Deal with it. And it's not human. What can you tell to the young people now that are, you know, searching themselves, trying to find the road, trying to be in between what the society is imposing them and what they would like themselves to do if they are searching something to do? Are you able to give them some, let's say, advice from your old age? I'm sorry, but now we can. I think what you have 3 stages in life.
That's right.
Your first stage, you are invincible. You know everything. The second stage, you've had the corners knocked off you a few times. You've fallen out of the trees. You've been hit by a car. You've been fired at work. You've been shat on by your mates. The second stage, you question everything. The third stage, you're either wise enough to understand what's going on, or you just accept it as unchangeable.
Are you in the second or the third one?
I'm in the second stage.
Still?
Yeah.
Why? On the line or in between?
I would love to cross the line into wisdom. Whether I ever will, I don't know. Maybe I'll just die an angry old man. But I'm questioning now all the time. When someone says, oh, you do this, why? Why would I do that? If I do it because it's going to save my life or your life, fair play. But if I'm going to do it because you tell me I'm going to do it, why?
Agree.
It's yeah, and this is what, you know, you can't learn that from a book. You can't learn that from a computer. You can't learn that sitting on your phone in the tube. You know? You think how many people might not have died on the bridge at Waterloo if they hadn't been like this?
You know, I'm an optimist on some way.
I'm a cynical optimist.
They're the best ones, but still. And I'm deeply trust that in some way, technology is making us more humans lately.
I think possibly, but...
Kind of, you know.
But you tell me, you name me, one single piece of technology that the human has invented since the wheel. One thing that a businessman has not tried to exploit for wealth, a government has not tried to exploit for power, and a criminal has not exploited for illegal matters.
And religion also trying to use for power.
There is nothing.
Totally agree.
There is nothing on this planet, even the wheel.
Totally agree.
You know, a guy's walking, he's made it.
Totally
What's that?
agree.
I don't know. Oh,
That's
we'll
right.
call it a wheel. And then someone else, an engineer, said, well, put two of them together with a stick, and you won't have to do this all the time. And then an entrepreneur said, I can make some money out of this. Put a chair on it, charge people to be dragged.
We are, you know, perhaps that's the point. We are perhaps a bit different. I'm doing what I'm doing, not for business. Business is important because it's making me living and making people doing, and all my guys and so on. But I'm deeply doing that to change the world.
And we're from different. We come from the same target, but from different avenues. You
Exactly.
See, I don't work. I'm retired.
Yeah, but what you are doing is having an impact.
Because I think it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. But both of us, we are making the butterfly effect.
I hope so.
So that's what
know,
I want to do, and what I'm deeply trusting. Yeah.
But I also, when I see the selfie generation,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
I
a
say
fashion
it is. But what happens? Okay, so we're here minding our own business. I said to some girls once in Russia, I said, okay, you're on holiday in London, holiday of a lifetime. I said, and one night you're in one of the top nightclubs in London and you meet some people and they speak the same language and they're having a great time and you're having a good time. Come and sit with us.
Agree.
So you sit with these people, having a good time, selfie.
I agree.
You get the phone call. What are you doing? Sorry? Well, we've just had the police kick the door in. Your father's been arrested. Everything in your room has been confiscated by the police. What's going on? I don't know. Okay, well, one of the people in that selfie, through facial recognition, is a wanted terrorist. He's got his arm around you. You're now connected. Your house has been raided. Your father's been imprisoned because you took a selfie.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
And we don't understand. We're giving away too much for too little. You know, if I could put all my photographs, all my passwords, my passport details, my driving license details, if I could totally encrypt that so it could not be hacked, I would put it on a chip in my hand. That way my identity could never be stolen. It could never be sold.
Yeah.
I would do that.
I see.
One of the development men at Kaspersky, he has that. One of the developers has that now. Don't tell Mr. Kaspersky, but one of them has that.
Yeah.
You could have your Bitcoin wallet if that's what you wanted. You know, if I come to your house and you have your photo album there, and you say, do you want a coffee? Okay. You go to make a coffee. You come back, and I'm looking in your photos. How are you going to feel?
If
it's your private photograph.
I agree. I see what you mean.
It's going to really upset you.
Yeah.
Because I've stepped over that line. So why is it that Facebook has access to everything on your phone?
That's right.
Why? Why can they demand that from you? That is insidious and wrong. That's that line that they've blurred.
I agree.
It comes back to that line. That is a line you should not cross. If I choose to share my photographs on Facebook, fine. I choose to do that. I do not choose to give you the permission to actively probe my security settings, which is what they have in the small print that nobody reads. It's that line, that insidious line that's gone.
Let's try if you agree just to finish on something optimistic. Can you share something optimistic with me? In your mind? Have you got something optimistic to share with me?
In my world,
In your
the
world.
world of the prosthetic people and amputees, they're more visible now.
Yeah.
They're more accepted now. Okay, a lot of that's come off the back of the Paralympics, you know, without a doubt. But I was asked earlier on, oh, now you don't see many people like this in Russia. So yeah, go back 10 years.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
had none. Officially, they
That's
did
right.
not exist. Now they do exist. And within 5 minutes of that, I met a bionic sister.
That's right.
And it is now, for the world of the amputee, it comes to the 3 letters in the word in front of ability, D-I-S, dis. Now, if you disown something, you throw it away. Discard something, get rid of it. Disrespect something, and oh, you're in trouble.
You know that.
Why disability? You know, I do everything you do in a world that was not designed for me, and I do it with one hand. Who's disabled? And this is what I'd say to people, and it might be wrong, it might be rubbish, but just for 1 second, they think.
Yes, that's right.
And it's
And
about changing.
it's making you vibrating, and that's what also is
It's
important.
changing the attitudes, and I think that the most optimistic thing I have is that people now are prepared to change their attitudes. And if you change attitudes, yeah, I think, like I say, most people are now, that's the optimistic thing, is people are prepared to change attitudes. And if you change attitudes, you can change lives. If you change lives, you change the world.
Exactly. That's a part of my goal, also in my way of thinking. Thank you for your time.
Hey, it's been a pleasure.
I really have a good moment. I'm very happy to have met you during this event.
Same.
And really, I wish you something, and don't take it bad. I wish you to find a peace.
Oh, yeah.
In some way,
If I
any
find,
kind of way.
I think if I find the peace, I might relax.
Perhaps. I
You
don't
know,
know.
I'll relax when I die.
A kind of peace.
I can look myself in the eye now every night. If I can look myself in the eye and know I've done no one wrong, I've helped someone, I've made someone smile, hey, that's a good day. If I can do that every day, that's a good life.
That's a good life. I agree. Totally agree. Thanks a lot.
It's my pleasure.
My pleasure
My
too.
pleasure.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.